Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ohio State Call-In Show here at Ohio State, the voice of college football. I'm your host, Garrison Gaddy, as always on a Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, our guy is back. Cleve Mike is back to everybody, so really excited to see him back. Really, he has a lot to talk about, and we were on the phone earlier, so can't wait to see what he has to say. Also, if you haven't already, please be sure to like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you have not already, of course, this channel is nothing without you. Now, everyone, the players are finally here. They start tomorrow, and I'm honestly excited. Of course, I haven't really, I've kind of given some of my choices on these games, but not fully yet. I'm honestly really interested in hearing what you guys think and seeing what you guys have to say. I'm going to go ahead and put the call-in link here in the chat right now for anyone that will like to call in. Again, everybody, this is your day. This is your call, your show. The show is nothing without you all. And so, please call up. If not, put your questions or comments in the chat section, and we can go there and also talk about whatever is on your guys' mind. Of course, look, playoffs, transfer portal is open. Of course, we all saw Chaz Coleman into the transfer portal today. Buckeye entered the transfer portal today, and actually, I do want to talk about that. Bryson Rogers, Jam, always killing me for my hats, but I love my hats. But Bryson Rogers hit the transfer portal today, and honestly, I'm happy for him. I think Bryson Rogers, throughout this season, especially when he was needed, when Cardinal Tate and Jeremiah Smith weren't able to go in some of the games, where they weren't able to go, or rather Ryan Day kind of wanted to keep them out and let them get a little bit fresher for the later part of the season. But hey man, he hits the transfer portal. He's been a guy at Ohio State for 4 years now. I think he has a lot of talent in him. Now, it's not to say I think he's probably one of the top receivers in the country, but I do think he's really good and he can be good somewhere else. Now, of course, if you guys don't know, he is from Tampa, Florida. There's a very specific school that is located in Tampa, Florida, and that is the University of South Florida, the USF Bulls, where Brian Hartline will be the coach, the head coach. And so I think that's a good move for him. Now, is that for sure that he's going to do that? No, but I think that if you kind of just read the tea leaves, or like I like to say, see the forest from the trees. I think that it makes a lot of sense for him to go down there and follow his wide receiver coach, his offensive coordinator, and now possible head coach down in South Florida. But before we continue, everybody, before we get to the rest of the show, let's get a quick message here from the voice of college football. We'll bring our callers up. Oh, no, we're not going to do it yet. Never mind. But, yeah, let's go ahead and bring my guy, Timothy Redman, up. Tim.
Yeah,
Haven't heard from you in a long time, my guy. How have you been?
good.
Yeah, man, you been all right? You getting ready for this Christmas season?
Yeah, yep. I got this one. I got this question. Can
What's up?
can Ohio State? Can they ever win a Heisman with Ryan Day? Because this is the third time that Ryan Day he had a Heisman finalist and no trophy to show. He did it twice with C.J. Stroud. He just needed for C.J. Stroud. He needed to beat the Michigan back to back and win the Big Ten, but the back to back. Those things didn't that happen. No trophy the show, but he did beat. What Julian saying he did beat of Michigan though, but the problem is that the ending the ending the ending Diana what was too much for Julian saying, and he had before the Michigan game he still won those two games, but we noticed that the offense was kind of just terrible without JJ, Jeremiah, and Cardinal Tate. So do you think that Ryan Day can ever can ever bring home a Heisman Trophy, or y'all
Mhm.
need somebody else to get it done? And Julian
Um,
saying it's a a finalist the back-to-back seasons, just like CJ Stroud, and there's no trophy to show. So how will the fan base they feel? They feel if Julian saying he's a Heisman finalist his junior season and somebody else wins it. And how will the fan base feel to feel about that?
Um, I don't know if we'll necessarily be hurt by it. I mean, I don't think Julian deserved the Heisman this year. Had he, because I don't think he played bad against Indiana. He had some miscues in that game where he didn't hit some guys. Also, didn't help that our right guard was getting him smoked all game.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't think it hurts anybody, man. And Ryan Day,
But now
early in
he's
the
injured
season,
now.
huh?
Tshabola, he's injured
Yeah,
now.
I don't think he was going to start regardless. I don't think he was going to start in this playoffs regardless. But
Yeah.
no, I think that when it comes to the Heisman conversation for Ohio State Buckeyes, I mean, in 2019, Chase Young and Justin Fields went to the Heisman ceremony. I mean, Joe Burrow. I mean, I can't be mad because in the years that happens, like no one was gonna beat out Joe Burrow, and plus Chase Young and Justin Fields took votes away from each other. And in that same season, J.K. Dobbins finished sixth in the Heisman race. On top of that, then you get to the C.J. Stroud year. I mean, had C.J. Stroud, the truth of the matter is, had he beaten Michigan, he would have won the Heisman, and he didn't do that. So I mean, and do I think he probably deserved?
But maybe the 22 season, but Georgia, but Bryce Young, he was kind of
I thought CJ was
difficult.
better than him that year. I thought CJ was
Yeah,
better than Bryce Young that season. But the problem is that Bryce Young, I think that year won his conference championship game, and CJ Stroud lost to Michigan, which pulled him away from going to the conference championship, which he would have eventually won, right?
yeah.
So I think once that happened, I don't think anybody's mad about it. Anytime, like since Ryan Day's been our head coach, the guy, the reason Ohio State Buckeyes haven't won the Heisman are credible reasons. So
I, I I still think if he didn't injure himself, he could have won that award, Jeremiah Smith, but they gave it to to USC.
yeah, oh, you talking about the Biletnikoff?
Yeah,
Yeah, I did think that was a little funny because Jeremiah
he
Smith
played
won
better.
the best wide receiver in the Big Ten award,
He
and then
played better. He
huh?
played better than McCall Loving.
Yeah,
Jeremiah
like
Smith.
and
He
like the
played
stats,
better.
yeah, like the stats are like similar, but my problem was that Jeremiah Smith finished sixth in the Heisman rating or
Yeah,
Heisman conversation. Makai Lemon wasn't even in the conversation, so it
yeah.
was kind of confusing to me on why the Biletnikoff people thought. I don't know. Like I get why Makai won it, but I thought it was kind of ridiculous because we all know what Jeremiah Smith brings to the game and what he does for his team. But before I bring my co-host up, you got any last questions?
Can they bounce back from a loss or?
Did we do it last year, baby? Did we do it last year?
Yeah, yeah. I know,
Yeah, but no, I
there's
think we
tougher
can.
teams
I
in the
think we can.
playoffs. There's tougher teams in the playoffs. But yeah, it may have to face Georgia, and we all know what happened last time.
Yeah, but it's 2025, my guy. But hey, appreciate you,
Well,
Timothy. Go ahead.
the coaches that might get hired. That any of them not scares Ryan Day. These coaches, these rumors. That any of them that's telling Ryan Day, oh, we might need to change some things.
Nah, I think the only thing Ryan Day is going to be changing is possibly, just what I think what the D line probably does stunt wise, not just doing too many bull rushes. We're really good at bull rushing, but I think he might change that, or at least I hope he changes that. Also, just situational play calling has to get changed, and then I think I'm going to highly assume Ryan Day is calling these plays in the playoffs. I don't think Brian Hartline is. But all right, Tim,
No, I'm talking
man,
about
what?
The Michigan coach,
No, I don't
whoever.
think there's anybody Michigan can hire that puts any fear in Ryan Day because none of them are
Uh,
champions. But hey, Timothy, appreciate you, man. You have a good night and happy holidays,
But not
bro.
even Kayla the boy.
No.
Oh,
But you have a good night, bro. I appreciate you. Have a good holidays, all right?
oh, all right.
Appreciate you, man. Clean Mike. What's up, my guy?
What's up? I'm back, man. I'm back.
What's
What's up,
good?
everybody? It feels so good to be back, man.
Yeah, bro. I know. Right here, bro. I want to say this for you, man. There we go. Shout out to James. Just glad Mike is doing better, man. Same here.
Man, y'all can't
Boy,
even
you-
tell
boy, you
nothing
look
was
good.
messed up with my face, man. Hey,
Boy, you look good.
Hey, I want to give a special shout out to my doctor, Dr. Peter, man. I told him I was going to give him a shout out, man, because I was like, bro, I can't even tell that my nose was broken or anything, man. So definitely shout out to Dr. Peter. Yeah, it was a long process. It was brutal. Was out here looking like Tales from the Crypt, man, but we back.
Well, sure. I know, Mike. We talked on the phone earlier. I'm gonna let you take the floor in a second. I just want to answer these questions real quick from everybody. Shout out to Andrew Woods. He asked, "Do you think Ohio State will win the Natty?" I do. I think the national champion is going to come off of our side of the bracket. I think it's either going to be Ohio State or Georgia. And I think just like in 2022, that will be the national championship game. Mike, how about you?
Yeah, this is actually one of the topics that I have wanted to talk about because I do believe that Ohio State can win a natty. This was, like I said, the year of the Twitch Monsters. This was something different for Ohio State, especially on the defensive side. The things that Ohio State has been missing, right? And it got back up to the standard. Now, I would say this: the only thing that's stopping Ohio State from winning another natty is Ohio State.
Yep.
Ryan Day, like everybody's talking about, Ryan Day should just send Brian Hartline packing, too much of a distraction, anything. I think that the distraction would be to not have Hartline there. I think that would be more of the distraction than anything. I think what you do is Ryan Day goes ahead and calls the plays, and you move Brian Hartline down on the field and basically just be the position coach that we know you can be, the great position coach that you are, or whatever. And I think he can still give his input on the game plan, but him being the play caller, no.
Yeah, but
And I think if we move that way, like you're talking about two NFL minds on the offense and defensive side of the ball, Ryan Day and Matt Patricia. I think that, I'm smelling natty, but it's all about how they, as the coaching staff, and Ryan Day decides to go about this. I hate when, sometimes I say these things and then the coaching staff wait. Oh, this is what we should have did, and I hate when that stuff happens. So I'm definitely hoping that Brian Hartline still stays on the staff, but he just, hey, I'm here as the position coach. Let's keep it rolling.
And then this right here from Jam says, Garrison, did you see where the coaches in the playoffs didn't think Day was a good coach? Saw that on X. Yeah, and I pulled it up right here. Because Mike, I'm not sure if you saw this, but this is kind of wild. And I saw from Tony Gerdeman, and
Okay,
yeah,
I guess when I originally saw it, I guess.
Yeah, like Kirby Smart 50%, Cursing Nate 38%, Dan Lanning 8%, Joey McGuire at 4%. I'll tell you what. In my lifetime, I have never
Are you
seen.
saying that the coaches voted on this? Oh, I thought that. Okay, so when I originally saw this, I thought that the media members voted on this.
Well, because I thought that too. Like James saying the coaches, but I think regardless of who did, whether it be the coaches or the media, I'll tell you, I've never seen a coach get this much hate like Ryan Day does, bro.
It's not even, everybody think that it's about Ryan Day, and it's not. This has nothing to do with Ryan Day. You and Tim was having a great conversation about, Ohio State being snubbed for the Heisman and stuff. This has everything to do with the hate against Ohio State, bro. Like, there is a reason why the shirts and everything, Ohio versus the world, just took off. Because it has always been like that. No media has ever predicted us. I mean, think about it. Go back to when we won the national championship in 2002, and they were saying that the best game to watch in a national championship game would have been Miami's offense versus Miami's defense, right? Go back to 2014. They said that Ohio State was too slow to even be on the field with Alabama. Didn't give us
they
no
did it with
chance.
Oregon in 2009.
Bruh, I mean, I'm just saying, like, it has always been Ohio versus the world, and it will forever be. This has nothing to do with Ryan Day, bro, but everything to do with Ohio State. That's all it is. I mean, think about it. Think about it. Ryan Day has never gotten the coaching awards. That's ridiculous. Just like we're talking about the whole Jeremiah Smith, thing. Everybody sit here and know. Every scout can tell you. Everybody, they like this guy will be a top 3, top 5 pick if he came out after his first year of college, right? Like, I mean, so what are we doing, man? I mean, this has if he went to Alabama, he'd be a shoo-in.
You ain't lying.
You ain't lying. 1,000, but that's what I'm saying, bro. Same thing with like C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud could have went down there, lost 2 games at Alabama, and still won the Heisman.
Yeah.
It just, I mean, this is Ohio State, so it is what it is. And this is why I say it is always important to leave no doubt. And that's one thing that I felt like Ryan Day had learned from that 2019 game against Clemson. And I hated what I saw in the Big Ten championship game because I'm like, dang, did we not learn like to leave no doubt? So because that's my thing. You can't leave no doubt as an Ohio State player, coach, fan, anything. You cannot leave any doubt.
Facts. Well, Mike, I know you have something to talk about here. And so before we do that, everybody, quick message here from the Voice of College Football.
College football is even more exciting when you've got some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread, and I've got a 40-plus year track record. 11-0 in the college football playoff for me last year against the money line, 8-3 against the spread. And I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill of Wager Talk is our ace in the hole, show stopper. 7 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick. 28-12 against the spread the last 3 years. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek, and Steve Dace. Check out those numbers. Become a YouTube or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and then select the betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2025 a winner now.
Well, in light of recent events, everybody, and you've gotten to hear my thoughts on it to an extent. But Mike hasn't been able to give his thoughts to you. A lot of news been coming out, a lot of Gooner news, a lot of university, institution, athletic department news of the team up north. Mike, I wasn't sure if you actually saw this today. The Detroit Free Press and Detroit News, aka the Blue Wall, have been speaking out against that program, which is insane. But Mike, I want to give you the floor here and talk to the people.
Well, I first want to start off by, prayers and thoughts to all victims in this situation. First want to start off with that. But then I also want to let you guys know, I am not absolving War Manual for anything that has to do with this Sharon Moore situation and all of that. I'm not absolving him from any of that. But I see that everybody has been talking War Manual this, War Manual that, and using him as the scapegoat Garrison. And it just took me back to when War Manual was the one who was leading the charge. to get rid of Harbaugh and his staff. And guess what? The administration, the fan base, people were pushing back. No, it would be dumb to get rid of Harbaugh. We shouldn't get rid of. We should get rid of War Emanuel and keep Harbaugh if that's what it takes.
Yeah,
that's what they said, right? Now, I just want to premise: if the university had a follow with War Emanuel and had have gotten rid of that, you probably have avoided all of the scandals that you've been dealing with for the past 3 years. Now, where you do blame War Emanuel is you knew that this guy had no integrity. You knew that he was a liar. Your university also helped cover it up. You guys enabled Sherrone Moore to do what he did. This man sat there and lied, hid everything, watched you guys protect him, watched you guys protect all the other coaches and everything like that, right? And then you elevated this man to head coach, and you thought that this man wasn't going to go out and think he was not untouchable? He just watched y'all do everything from behind the scenes, how y'all hid stuff, how y'all covered things up. And he expected the exact same thing. The exact same thing. So I blame the University of Michigan for this. And I definitely also blame.
Did you say University of Michigan?
Yeah. And I blame the NCAA because the NCAA was also an enabler in this. Your True. Punishment wasn't severe enough or to the guidelines of your own bylaws. And so you also enabled him to be able and freely do what he wants to do. And now there's lawsuits that could possibly be coming. But I'll say this as well. For everybody that want to scapegoat War Emanuel, if this man has an email talking about how he wanted to fire Harbaugh and his bosses, because everybody got a boss. If it's an email of his bosses saying, no, we going to keep him, or it's some text messages on that work phone that say that, it's a wrap, man.
And, and earlier, we were talking about Santa Ono, and you were because I had no idea.
He fled the country.
Yeah.
This man has fled the country, Garrison. You cannot find him in the United States.
Oh.
If y'all don't believe me, go look up where Santa Ono is.
I had to go check Wikipedia when you told me this, and sure enough, it said United Kingdom. So, man, I was like, man, in my mind, I was thinking to myself, dang, man, I could have swore America tried to break off from the New England, from the UK just to go back. But Mike, you're right on everything you say, man, and enabling, and even with the NCAA, they were very weak in this also, and when they talked about in their final letter, or whatever, to for the punishment for the team up north, they said, "Oh, we had the evidence." Well, if you had it, then why not make the punishment that suffice? Now it's over with. I can give a damn about it. But it does go to show, and it's not just the football program. Like I talked to you earlier about a lot of situations that have gone on in the athletic department. Not to mention, just in the institution, you got people bringing over weapons of not I won't say weapons of mass distraction, but mass destruction.
Definitely, that's what it was, man. Look at it that way. The stuff they was talking about to me, that's weapons of mass destruction. Yeah, it was.
But no, but right here, Andrew, he asks, who do you think will be the who do you think will be the next head coach of Teton? Who do you think it will be?
I don't believe that we will know, and I know that everybody is saying that they're going all in for their next coach, but the best action for them to do right now, if you really want to, because right now whoever comes in, they're going to be dealing with a lot of stuff. The school's still currently under investigation and all of this stuff. You kind of want to wait till that dies off. I think the next head coach is going to be an interim head coach. They're going to have to go in. I think that would be the best thing for this university, or for them to do. It's for them to go ahead and kind of do what Ohio State did when we made Luke Fickell the interim head coach. That would be the best thing. And then you use that whole time, the offseason, vetting your coaches, but also getting your house in order, cleaning that house up. Because, Garrison, I told you this a long time ago. Even before Harbaugh went to the NFL, Garrison, I told you. I said, it's crazy. We're going to look back later, and they're going to talk about having to tear down all of Jim Harbaugh's legacy. And now, like you said, the Detroit Free Press is talking about tearing down his entire legacy.
Yeah, and I heard a lot of Wolverine fans say like Jed Fish isn't he didn't pass the background check. I don't think it has anything to do with the background check. I think it solely has to do with he's been part of that regime. I mean, like it'd be like, and then when they say Jesse Minter, I'm like, it's the same thing. Like Jesse Minter's not gonna, like, he's part of that same regime. It'd be like any government that you topple over, or anyone that you get rid of. You don't keep the same regime there. You don't even see that in our nation. So like it's like it changes every doggone year. So I mean, yeah. But for me personally, I would lean that I would say they get Dillingham. And a lot of Wolverine fans get mad at me for saying this. And there are a few Wolverine fans I've talked to. Like, shout out to my guy Maze Madman. Like, he agrees with me on this. I think a lot of Michigan fans fail to realize where their program is right now and the athletic department is. And just like in any company you go to, if you see one in turmoil, and it could be a better paying job, if you see a situation, like a very bad situation they're in, sometimes you want to stay away from that job. But let me bring this up real quick. Shout out to Steve watching from X. And if you're watching on X, everybody, please be sure to hit that retweet button and that like button. And I think now you can just watch from YouTube on X now, so that is also pretty cool. But Steve asked, Tegra injured or was he benched? I think he was. I think it would have been either way. I think it would have been either way. Tegra is a He's like a if you had a bulletproof, if you had a bullet jacket made of paper, that's what he is. He's gonna get you killed.
I think he's probably been dealing with the injury all season. And
shit, was he last year?
I mean, he probably was then too. But I mean, one thing that we knew was we had a offensive line coach that was able to get them together, man. But I don't know. I don't know if he's injured or benched. But after that performance, this is Ohio State, and this is one of the things where I'm saying, I wish the coaching staff is looking back, thinking about my plan when I said it. Like, man, when Gabe Finsickle had that great game, we should have followed it up and see if he could be consistent.
Bro, they went right back to Tegra.
It just baffles me, man. It's like, dang, bro. Like, I mean, can I be a consultant over there or something, bro?
Oh my God.
Hey, I don't even need like 6 figures. You know what I'm saying? Just throw me a couple ends.
Bro, give me some football gear and I'll tell you what to do.
Yeah, golly, bro. I could have been caught that, bro. A lot of this stuff I could, man. I mean,
it's wild.
Bro.
I try to cheer for, like, anybody that's an Ohio State Buckeye. I will root for them, but I can't root for you when you are getting my quarterback killed. I can't do it. But before we continue, Mike, and we'll talk about some of these playoffs, quick message here from the Voice of College Football. Get your business, product, service, or personal brand to the next level by partnering with the Voice of College Football. The Voice of College Football is a growing network with a large following, so let's find out how we can help you grow with us. Check out the experience of one of our current partners, that being Win Agency, posted here on the screen, and just like them, we are here to deliver for you. Contact us at sponsorships at vocfb.com. Again, that is sponsorships at vocfb.com today. So, playoff start. There's some good games. There's some arse beatings waiting to happen. Shout out to Tulane and shout out to James Madison. But I'm really interested in the Oklahoma-Alabama game, of course, the Texas A&M Miami game. Where do you want to start?
It don't matter. I mean, let's just go ahead and get the G5 school games out the way. I mean, I say, I guess Oregon won't be a first round exit this time. So can't make fun of them on that.
Hey, listen, man. I'm proud of them. They get a playoff win. With this will be their second playoff win in program history. So shout out to them. Proud that you guys are able to do it against a G5 school. You did it. Yeah, Florida State too. So there is that. And then of course, Tulane versus Ole Miss, which I'm gonna be honest with you is kind of crazy that as a rematch.
But it could be a sneaky good game though, because
I think so too.
Because the thing is like Tulane is a better team from where they were in the beginning of the season. And Ole Miss, like, how locked in are these players? Also the coaching staff. We know Ole Miss defense was an issue.
Yes.
It was an issue, right? And you sitting here, you were the defensive coordinator. That's all you had to worry about was defense. But now you're the head coach. So who's calling the defense? What's going on with the defense? Now you can't just worry about defense. You got to worry about the whole game. Yeah. Lane Kiffin ain't there to call the plays. We see how that is. Like, you have to have a rhythm, things like that, setting up. How that's going to go?
Well, look, I'm going to be cheering for Ole Miss, of course. Trinidad, hometown kid for me. Speaking of Trinidad, Ferris State will be playing for the national championship again. Won their semifinals game, 49-17. Mike, I actually got to talk to a family the quarterback's family from the other team. They're from South Carolina, and that day it was 1 degrees. So you can imagine. Yeah, they said that they couldn't believe how cold it was up here. But yeah, that Tulane game though, it could be close, and I think that if, when you don't have your head honcho there, you don't got your chief there, things could go awry. They truly could. Now the good thing for them is that they've had a few weeks to prepare for it, figure out a game plan. But Lane ain't there, and I think it would be crazy for anybody to, I guess what's the correct word for this, to downplay the effect of Lane Kiffin not being there. And Tulane can't play football. Yeah, they're a G5 team, but this wouldn't be the first time, everybody, that we saw a lesser program beat a bigger program. And I mean, in all reality, Ole Miss isn't. Is Ole Miss a big program? I mean, relatively they are, but like, are they a big program? Like,
I mean, when you're talking about P4 program, I mean, the resources, like, yeah, they are. And then you're talking about also being in one of the top, the top 2 conferences as well, the SEC and Big Ten. Like, so yeah, I guess you could say that they're at top, and they're normally, like the top middle of the pack team in the SEC. So
yeah. And then of course, Oklahoma, Alabama. I think this is gonna be a really ugly game to watch, but I'm gonna enjoy watching it. I like defensive games still. Of course, for Ty Simpson, throughout the season, Ty Simpson's play has somewhat deteriorated. Now, a lot of that does have to do with the fact that they don't have a run game, and they can't stop the run really. But Alabama's still a really good team. We look at Oklahoma. They won this game later in the season against Alabama in an impressive way. John Mateer. Now, and by the way, I think Oklahoma. I think they have the best, probably the second best defensive line behind Texas Tech, and probably, if not equal, the second best defense in the country. How do you think that game is going to shake up?
Man, yeah, I think it's going to be a really good game. Man, I don't know. I really don't know who to pick in that game. It's hard to beat a team twice. But
yes,
one thing that we've seen is Mateer for like the first half of the season was not the same the second half once he got hurt. So will he be healthy? Is there a John Mateer that, from the beginning of the week that we can end up seeing, in the playoffs? I'm very interested in seeing this, but also I think that Bama is going to be better. I think they played probably one of their worst games against Oklahoma this season. I mean, you could say maybe the Florida State game, but I just feel like Florida State came and hit them with some stuff that they weren't able to see on film. And the defense has also just gotten better as the year went on. So we'll see. Now, they can't run the ball. That's the biggest issue. So if Bama can't run the ball and Ole Miss don't have to really put any extra resources to it, to be BTA round 2.
Yeah. And I'm going to be honest with you. My view of Alabama did go down after that Georgia game, because that was ugly. That was wild to watch. I didn't think that they would get beat up like that. But at the same time, I do think Kalen DeBoer is a really good offensive mind. I think that he will have his team ready to go against this vaunted Oklahoma defense and that defensive line. I do wonder, because this is why I go back and forth in this game. I do trust Alabama to score the ball more than I trust Oklahoma to score the ball. But I don't know if I trust Ty Simpson against Oklahoma's defense. And I don't think either one of these teams are going to get to 20 points. Do you have a pick for this game? Who do you think is going to win? Oh, there you go.
Sorry, I was getting.
No, you're good. You're good. No, who do you think is gonna win this game? Hey, I'm a '90s kid, bro. What are we talking about?
Yeah, you're talking about. You asking me who's gonna win Alabama, Oklahoma,
or who do you think?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
That was the thing. Like, this is, and shout out Vegas because they really have this as a pick'em game. I mean, I don't know. Oklahoma does have home field advantage. It's a night game, and it's tomorrow. So
I can't wait to watch that game.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like, if you guys have never watched. I mean, I'm sure you guys did when Ohio State played Oklahoma, but Oklahoma games are fun to watch at night. I that's one of the better venues in college football. And then, of course, Texas A&M plays our little brothers. I'm sorry, Miami. That's a fun matchup, too. It's a game where I've gone back and forth on, Mike. I don't really know who to expect to win on that, of course. You have two of the better quarterbacks in college football, but two of the most interception-prone quarterbacks in college football. Miami's really no defense. They're big up front. On Texas A&M side, the explosive offense, the good pass rush, but terrible defense. What's your view on this game?
Terrible time slotting for Texas A&M. You want to have home field advantage. You wish that this was a primetime night game. I feel like college football fans are being robbed. The players are being robbed because this should not be a big noon kickoff game. It's basically what this is. But I know a lot of people would say Texas A&M crowd. The crowd might still be a factor, but it's not going to be that same nighttime crowd. And I just believe that Miami's one of those balanced teams, right? One thing that we saw if you playing from Texas and from South Carolina, top-tier defenses have given this guy issues,
Correct.
Especially if your front seven can get to the quarterback. His clock is sped up. It forces him to throw interceptions, turn the ball over. So if Miami can do that, put pressure on Marcel Reed, I think that Miami runs away with this game handily. Now, on the other hand, is Texas A&M does have a nice offense, man, and that can get off. I do worry about Miami DBs. Miami fans will tell you that they're not worried about their DBs, but against this wide receiver core and this offense, that's the one that gets me. But I got Miami in this game, though.
I think I'm going with Miami, too. I talked about it on Monday. Marcel Reed has 7 interceptions in his last 5 games. and I mean, he throws 61%, man. And I just like that, and that's why like I hear people talk about the possible matchup of Ohio State and Texas A&M and say, "Oh, this will be the best dual threat quarterback Ohio State has played." No, it's not. No, it wouldn't be. Demond Williams is better than Marcel Reed. So, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Arch Manning is better than Marcel Reed. So, I can't pick Texas A&M in this game. And you know me, Mike. I've had a vendetta against them all season, for like the last half of the season. I can't trust a team that gives up 22 points a game.
They're fraud, bro. We seen what Arkansas did. That's my thing. Is the reason South Carolina did not beat. The only reason South Carolina did not beat Texas A&M is because they suck on offense. Yes. That's the only reason that they did not beat them. You want to talk about Arkansas? The only reason Arkansas did not beat Texas A&M is because they have the trash bro. Their defense was worse than ours in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say that. Like, we couldn't stop a nosebleed. They couldn't either, bro.
Exactly.
But this Texas A&M defense, garbage, bro. Like, people Arkansas putting up 40 points on it. I believe as long as the biggest thing is Carson Beck, right? Which Carson Beck shows up. If turnover worthy Carson Beck show up, oh damn it, it's gonna be a game. But against that Texas A&M defense, bro, this should be food.
I could honestly see Miami running for 200 plus yards on their defense, and if Miami gets close to that number, they're like you said, they're winning this game going away. I don't see how.
Oh, I do see how. Mario Cristobal. Damn.
Oh,
forgot about that one.
there is that.
He's known for doing
stupid stuff. Yeah, Mario Cristobal, man. There is that part of it that you have to be worried about because Mario knows how to give a game away. He's very good at that.
Franklin.
If there was ever a big time college football coach, and Mario is a good coach, but you can't trust him in big spots. You just can't. That would be the only way. Like it's almost enough to sway me to Texas A&M. It's almost enough.
Yeah, the Mario, because he do stupid. I mean, to be honest, bro, he almost let Notre Dame come back in that game. If you go back and watch it, I remember Miami fans was a little bit pissed off about that. The fact that Notre Dame even had a chance because it's like, man, we could have really blew them completely out the water. Never gave them any type of chance to coming back. But hey, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. My thing is, Mario, man, you didn't have plenty of time to prepare. You didn't have to play in the conference championship game at all. So, I mean, Texas A&M didn't either. But there's no excuse. Everyone has touted this Miami offensive line and everything. Show me.
Just looking at the rest of the bracket and pulling it up here, give some thoughts about the other teams in here. What are your views on Texas Tech?
Texas Tech, I need to see them play a top tier SEC, top tier Big Ten team. I need to see it. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm waiting on. Like them versus Oregon, I will be able to know more about Texas Tech. Like you beating up on BYU, because I'm able to be honest. A lot of people won't be honest about this, Garrison, but I'm gonna be honest. Okay. I don't have that much respect for the Big 12 or the ACC that much.
Oh, it's like that.
If we're being honest, I just those two conferences, I don't have that much. So if you're running through that, cool, fine with me. It was the same thing that I said about like Clemson. Clemson had the most, even when they were good, had the most cupcake schedule ever. And the only time that they ever faced adversity was in the playoffs because the ACC was just that bad.
Right.
And the ACC normally only has one good team. People will, tout Virginia, but if anybody actually watched Virginia games like I did, Virginia was a fraud as well
for a long time.
the whole season. So it's just, I don't know. They got to, Texas Tech got to show me because, I mean, my thing is, if Oregon, if I sit here and I tout Texas Tech as something, you know, because of what they did through that Big 12 schedule, then Oregon go out there and wax them like we did Oregon or Tennessee or whatever, then I'm gonna be feeling like an idiot.
So Texas Tech, I don't think they have I don't trust their quarterback Morton. Good run game, but I don't trust Morton. I don't trust their red zone offense either. Their pass defense, but that defensive line looks like they spent $7 million on it. I will give them that. I do think that's a top 3 D line in college football. But I think they have enough to where they can challenge a team for 3.5 quarters at most. But I think once they play a Indiana, Ohio State, a Georgia, I would say a Texas A&M or an Oregon, they will get left out in the dust. I mean, even if they played Ole Miss, that would be a tough game for them. I think they would lose to Ole Miss also. But I can't trust Morton. I just can't. I can't. But that D line's very good. What are your thoughts on Oregon going through this playoffs?
I like Oregon. I mean, apparently also hearing that whole entire wide receiver core might be back as well, talking about Evan Stewart. And it kind of reminds me where you don't even have to have Evan Stewart starting. You can put him on a pitch count. It reminds me of when we played Georgia in 2022 and their wide receiver, forget his name, I don't know, was it Aiden Mitchell?
Donnie Mitchell?
Whoever it was that was fast as heck, he got hurt, came in the game, put Lathan Ransom on his face, game-winning touchdown. Like, that's really all you need. Like, someone who commands a presence, someone you have to worry about, and it just takes one play, or the fact that you have to worry about him opens up other things. So I think that it's a good thing for Oregon going forward. They have a really good run game, and you're talking about Evan Stewart and DeCorian Moore with Keon Sadiq can make them a very dangerous offense, man. We'll have to see how stout their defense is, making sure that they're not going to get thrown around like Indiana did them. But, I think that they're good. Let's see what their side of the bracket is like. I had it right up here. Who would they have to face? They would have to face Texas Tech, and then after Texas, they beat Texas Tech. It'd be an Indiana rematch. I think
they win that game.
Oh,
I think I like Indiana. Like I've banged the table for Indiana because I think there are a lot of positions that they are top 5 to top 10 at in the country, such as wide receiver. Their running back duo has been great. You get the Heisman winner quarterback, awesome D line, things of that nature. One of the best corners in college football, and D'Angelo Pons. The problem is depth, and you just lost your defensive tackle who led the country in tackles for loss. And I think that if you were to play a team like Oregon, who I think is Indiana played great that day against Oregon. I can also say that Oregon didn't play that well either, specifically Dante Moore. And that run game is vicious now. So, yeah, I would take Oregon in that. Like, I have Ohio State and Oregon in the national championship of my ESPN bracket. And actually, I do want to switch it up here before we end the show. because I haven't gonna talk to you about this. What are some of the things that you want to see changed from the Buckeyes offensively and defensively, coaching wise, going into these playoffs and to be able to win a national championship?
What do I want to see change? Defensive side of the ball is like I've been speaking on, for majority of the season, is fixing the coverage, making it to where Lorenzo Styles is not the mark. If that's moving Maine in the slot against better guys and having Sanchez on the island or I'm really needing to understand why I'm not seeing Bryce West out there a lot more, especially when every time I see him out there, he get a PBU.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's caught the ball on the kid yet. So I kind of need to understand all of them. That's it on defense. Now, on the offensive side of the ball, what I need to see, the biggest change is putting the best players in at the most important time. It's a 3rd and 1 in the red zone or whatever. I'm sorry, our freshman, Nate Roberts, love you. It is not your time to be on 3rd and 1 where if you had paid attention and get your kickout block, Bo walks that in for a touchdown. We should not be throwing to our 4th string tight end as well, or 3rd string tight end, Bennett, Christian. That makes no sense. If we ain't throwing the ball to Max Clare, Will Kazmarek, or Jelani Thurman, the ball shouldn't go to no other tight end. I'm sorry.
Agree.
I don't want to see that. And then also, you don't take off your best players and then put like Cardinal Tate is one of your best players. And to be honest, I believe he is down the field. When you're talking about down the field, catching contested balls, I think he's the best one on the team. So why are you taking him out? You only want to throw the fade balls and everything to JJ. Why are we not doing that to Carnell? I want to see that more as well. And James Peoples, like I have been saying, I thought that we understood his role. I need Coach Locke to understand his role.
Yeah, so on defense, Mike, I had earlier this week I said, or maybe it was last week, if you're not gonna put Bryce West out in the nickel spot, I think you should move Jermaine in there, or at least let them come in and out, or let Devin come in a little bit more. I don't want Jermaine on the boundary anymore. And I've seen a whole month of it. At least this last month of football, it hasn't been that he hasn't played that great. That's the truth of the matter. And I said, I can deal with a freshman doing everything that Jermaine's doing out there. A freshman would do it to himself. Let guys beat him. Had Devin Sanchez given up 100 yards to the 3rd wide receiver to Indiana, I could have lived with that. I can't live with Jermaine doing that. So if Jermaine is going to stay on the boundary, he needs to be better. But otherwise, I need to see more Bryce West out there. Lorenzo Styles, I think he should only be playing or in the game on run game situations. I trust him more than I would Bryce West in that situation. But that's about it. I don't want him out there covering guys deep out of the slot. Like if
him against Baby Jesus.
I was about to say it.
No.
Thank you, bro. That can't happen. That can't.
I'm talking about Lorenzo. Like
Lorenzo. That's what I'm saying. It can't happen.
Yeah, no. Oh my gosh, nightmares. I will be having nightmares. The other guy from Texas A&M. That's another one.
Yes.
So
yeah, there's that. Was there anything else on defense? I said no. That was it for defense. And then on offense, I'm with you. At no point should there ever be a situation on 3rd and 1 when Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Smith, and Max Clare are off the field. I mean, me personally, cause it just hit me. Cause the play call from top to bottom was bad because Brian Hartline made the call, and then that went through Ryan Day's headset, and he said it was okay. And then for some odd reason, Keenan Bailey, you sent those 3 tight ends out there. So there needs to be more cohesion in the play calling and who the personnel is and who's out there. Also, look, we have the weapons on the outside. If Bo Jackson is having a game, I don't care if you want to open it up. If you have to run him into the ground 30 times, do it. I thought that Indiana game was a plenty of situations where we should have like on those last 2 drives we had 80, 75 yards each. A lot of that was built off of Bo's back. And I thought in that moment you continue to give the ball to the hot hand. Yeah, you would think. So there's that, man, because I truly believe there's something special we have in that.
You think Ryan Day been talking to Pete Carroll? Why you throwing the ball on 3rd and 1 instead of running it with the guy who didn't got you down there? Yeah. It's literally the same thing. Like you have the opportunity to go win the damn game and give the ball to your running back on short. You got 2 downs. It's literally the same thing, bro. It was dumb. But I feel you, man. Like one thing that Ryan Day has preached is, consistency throughout their week, and nothing was consistent about that. And I saw somebody in the chat saying that it seemed like Coach Key was calling plays. Yeah. I mean, hell, if Coach Key want to rotate that many tight ends and want to play all his tight ends, he might need to be the wide receiver coach, because we've been wanting more rotation from the wide receivers. I would rather rotate more wide receivers than we do tight ends, bro.
Why is Bennett Christian on the field?
That's what, man. And also, here's the thing: a lot of people was blaming Julian for that throw or whatever, but like I said from the very beginning or whatever, that Bennett Christian ran the route wrong. All you didn't even need the touchdown, you idiot. Why are you stemming the route up to the back of the dang on end zone? If you just keep curving it towards the sideline, Julian can put it right there where only you can get it. And it keeps the defender on your back. When you stem up, you basically put the defender right in the way of the freaking ball. What? It's just, I mean,
I'm not gonna upset myself thinking about that.
My thing is, bro, like, man, I done seen high school kids get that.
Oh, I know.
High schoolers understand that. Bro, you done been on campus for too long and not understand that. It's like, where's your awareness at? But I understand you didn't get to play last year, so was no awareness, I guess. But I mean, by this time, we're all the way at the end of the season, bro. Like,
yeah, and that's why it's like, why are you in this game at this point in time? Shoot, everybody, if you haven't already, if you would like to, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Also, hit that hype button. It does a lot for us, gets us through the algorithm. Also, if you'd like to become a member, please hit that join button. We can see our 3 memberships: the Blocko Club, JT Wasn't Short, and We Don't Give a Damn, and you know the rest. Mike, anything else you want to leave here before we get out of here?
No, man. I'm back. Shout out Dr. Peter, man. I'm back. And I'm feeling good. And I can breathe.
Back, bro. I'm glad to have you back. No, man. Again, glad to see you, man. Can't wait for these playoffs to start, bro. It's another year, man, to go win a national championship, watch Ohio State go to back. I mean, we've seen Ohio State do everything in our lifetime but go back to back. So this will be definitely something special. All right, man, let's get out of here. Of course, as always, OH.
IO. Go Bucks.